Hello. Welcome to our live Monday, as we are here every single week discussing all the immigration trends, the news, and we're here once again on a Monday. Welcome. Let me know where you're tuning in. We are talking about the news that everybody's talking about the shooting in Minnesota, how it's impacting immigrants, and what does it mean for you as an immigrant, living in your cities? How do we going to be handling this increase in raids, enforcement, and all the things that are coming in 2026? So we'll talk about that. And the concerns that a lot of people that are watching the videos, they want to know, what to do, with these raids that are definitely increasing. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And also, there's been some changes with. There's a big court case that actually we're going to talk about. That is going to the Supreme Court. They're going to hear about it very soon. This is Bondi versus Lau, where essentially they're saying that even if you have a pending conviction or you just allegations and you're a green card holder, you could be detained at the airport coming back to the United States, right? So these are things that I'm getting messages from you guys, and you wanted me to cover in the live, and I will be talking about it. So once again, let me know where you're tuning in from today, and I'm going to post the link here on YouTube so you can see. And if you want to join the live, you can use that link right here. So yeah, please join the conversation. If you're watching this on TikTok, you can request to join the live at the at the bottom of the screen right here, and you can go on the live right here. Just request to join, and I'll get you on the live as well on TikTok. So in the meantime, Jody's asking any updates on DACA. No, we don't have any updates on DACA yet, but hopefully we'll hear something. Let's see here. Magali says, I have family members in Venezuela. Are they able to apply for tourist visas? As far as we know right now, they're not able. I mean, obviously, if they qualify, they could, but all right, having some coffee at night. So, yeah, they should be able to. Let's see here. Any updates on DACA? No updates on DACA yet. Any changes to the 751? I just made a video, by the way, on YouTube talking about changes to the 751. Specifically that they are being more strict right now with people that are applying for conditional green cards. So if you're applying for a conditional green card and you're divorced, make sure that you do this correctly. Choose the waiver, or choose the abuse, or choose the extreme hardship, but don't use all three elements, because if one of them gets denied, you're not going to be able to change it all. Lisa is asking on TikTok, are you able to help clients in all 50 states? I am. In fact, if you want to get in touch with me, where is that form? Right there. Use the form at the bottom of the screen, and you can get in touch. You can see it. That's for our TikTok viewers. Use the form at the bottom of the screen, or use the number in my bio, and send me a text right now when you watch the live. We do this every Monday, so give an opportunity to people to get in touch. So the number is right here. use it, and happy to book a consultation with you guys. Um, if you do it through the live, you have priority. So anybody on the live, use the form at the bottom of the screen, or send me a message at the number um, in my bio. So we get the first person here, and then we have Asher and Whale on TikTok. I'll get you guys. So who's here and what's your name? Hello?
Hey Jacob,
Yeah. What is your name and where are you from?
I'm from New York,
Okay.
and my name is Anish.
Okay.
Uh,
Tell what's your question?
so I have a 751 pending for over a year,
Okay.
and I applied for my N400 citizenship uh,
Okay.
in September last
Okay.
year. So it's more than 3 months now since I
Okay.
applied for my N400, uh, and I just wanted to know, like, I mean, my field office is Brooklyn, New York,
Okay.
and uh, so I have the receipt notice and everything. Like, I got my 48 months extension letter after I've applied for the 751, uh, and the N400, the receipt notice as well. So I've been like waiting now, like nothing. What it shows on when I look when I called USCIS and they asked me to look up my case status online. It says that they don't need anything from me at this time. Case is
Yeah,
paused.
if
What?
you only if you filed the 3 months ago, I don't think it's that long. I think you should probably see some action in the next I would say 2 months. A lot of my clients, they file the thing jointly. They take action within 4 to 6 months. So I think you should be seeing some action soon.
Okay, so when I called USCIS, they said that New York the Brooklyn field office is like is very busy, and they say that you need to wait for 10 months,
I
and
don't
they
think
haven't
it's going to be
given
10
me.
months. I think 6 months is average, and you'll be surprised that you're going to get some traction in the next few months. That's my opinion.
Oh, okay, and
Okay. If you don't,
uh,
then reach out. But I think you will.
oh, okay. So six. So if they don't get anything in like another 2 or 2 months, uh,
Then get in touch, and I'll help you.
also we can like do a
Yeah, you
mandamus
cannot
or
do
something.
mandamus or anything right now because it's too early.
Yeah, after 6 months, I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. After 6 months, get in touch. Then we can do something, maybe like a mandamus or put some more pressure on them.
Okay. All right. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Jacob.
you, my friend. Appreciate it. All right. Let's see. We have. Have you heard about any approval of advanced parole for DACA for work reason if it's self-employment? Absolutely. I mean, I've done a lot of these paroles for DACA using work. It doesn't have to be necessarily medical thing. Let's see here. Can you talk about F1 family category? F1 family category is still slow for early 2026, but as I told you in the last live, it's going to get better after spring of 2026. I'm from Nairobi, moved 28 months past DQ cases, and I'm EB3 skilled. I'm current and DQ'd. I haven't received the letter. The reason you haven't received the letter is because Nairobi is a very backlogged embassy. It's processing third country nationals as well. So you need to follow up with this embassy. Anybody who's stuck in an embassy, you got to follow up with them because they have a huge backlogs right now. I have a 2-year green card and I want to join the military. How do I apply for citizenship? Um, so first of all, you have to join the military, and then you're going to have an expedited way to apply for your citizenship. And this is the link, David, to join the live on YouTube. All right, let's take somebody from our audience on TikTok for live discussion. Asher, you've been waiting for a long time. Let's get you in there, please, guys. Please, what are requirements for TN visa for Canadian citizen? You have to have a job offer. You have to have a degree, and your job has to be on the list. So yeah, send me a message if you want me to help you with the TN. Asher, where are you from and what's your question? I'm doing pretty good. Make it louder. Okay.
So my question is, I came to United States in 2019
Okay.
through border, and I apply asylum case after that. And currently, my asylum case is pending, like offline right now.
Okay.
Offline. Judge did it, and I asked for it, and offline. And I still have the work authorization from the asylum.
Okay.
And in the meanwhile, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
And my relationship sucks. Right? So I applied for VAWA,
Okay.
and I got the EAD card C09 once per week for that. How long that takes to get that once per role right now?
Right now, it's taking about, I would say 8 months on average. Thank you, Shubak. Appreciate
So
it.
it's already 8 months.
Okay. So if it's already been 8 months, have you done the service inquiry, where you call the level 2 supervisor and you try to get it expedited? Have you done that?
And they said we already give you the EAD card
Okay.
through VAWA, so we are waiting for the advance per role right now.
Okay.
So it's in the process. They said we are processing right now.
Okay. I mean, like I said, at this point, I would make more inquiries to check with them. But you should be getting it any time now because, like I said, average is 8. Some people are getting up to 6. Some people are up to 10. But hopefully, you'll be getting it soon.
And one more question is, still ICE can detain me through that because illegal in this country C09, or I don't know.
I mean, the chances of them detaining you just like that is not very high. But for example, in San Diego, where I'm at,
Yes.
if you're C9 and you overstayed and you go to the interview and ICE is there, they'll detain you. They don't care that you're married to a citizen, right? So it depends on where you are. So right now it's being really sensitive. They're expanding their detention. Just so you know, in San Diego, there was one of the first places where they started detaining people. It happened in December, early December. They just started doing it out of the blue. Right now, it's expanding to Seattle, Phoenix, I think Chicago as well, and some parts of New York. And basically, people should be mindful that if you overstayed their visa, there's a way to, before you go to the interview, you file a temporary restraining order, and that will protect you from being detained in most cases, right? If you have enough time before the interview. But I, yeah.
Yeah, I came through the border, so I have opportunity to do that.
Yeah, yeah. No, exactly. In your case, you don't have that. So in your case, I mean, as you're protected by asylum. I don't think that anything's going to happen to you at this point.
So I should
Yeah.
not close the
No,
VAWA.
I wouldn't close the asylum until we have a decision from the other one. That's what I would do. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
Asha.
you so much.
Appreciate it. So I have a lot of questions here from people that are kind of worried about this whole thing that happened in Minnesota, the incident with ICE. And obviously, it was an extreme situation where, with the US citizen, whatever happened, we can each have our opinions about it. But, I can tell you from my experience as an immigration attorney, we've seen a lot of incidents where maybe it didn't result in a shooting, but, we have a case of a client that, ICE came to the place of employment. Thanks, Shubak. And, some people were leaving from the back. ICE agents were chasing them and trying to catch them, and they threw a brick at one of the immigrants, right? So they threw a brick, it hit the guy at the back of his head. He didn't die, but this incidents of violence, ICE agents chasing or doing inspections, is not new, right? It's happening all the time. It's just that we got to be mindful that when they're going out on they have their operation. Probably they have to detain a bunch of people, and they have almost a clear blank check to detain people, and the government is supporting them. And I think what we have to learn from this case is that, left or right, were they justified to kill this woman or not? This ICE agent is being supported. He has a backup. They have clear immunity from being prosecuted. And so you have to realize that when you're dealing with ICE agents, you have to be very methodical. So if they come to your house, you have to ask for the warrant. You have to ask for the warrant signed by the judge. If they detain you on the street, you can start recording, assert your rights. Even if you get detained, it's fine. You can get you out on a bond. But the last thing you want to do is run away from them. The last thing you want to do is drive your car towards them. There are many cases where ICE agents will break the window of your car because the person inside the car refused to open the door. You know what I mean? So if you cooperate and you open the door of your car, obviously if it's in your house, you don't have to open the door. They're not going to break the door to your house. If they break the door to your house, that's a whole different story. That's an escalation. But they can't enter your house or the business without a warrant signed by a judge. So you have to realize that. But the best way to stay safe from these interactions is not to aggravate these agents, because they are looking for opportunities to get violent, and to try to assert their rights. And as you can see, this case is going to be interesting, because now that this ICE agent is being supported, what does it stop from other agents to shoot other people, knowing that nothing's going to happen to them, right? Okay, Kendall, I have a 2-year green card and I want to join the military, which is this one. Is it possible for citizens to legally authorize to live in the U.S. is the same process to marry a U.S. citizen? Yeah, absolutely. You can marry a citizen and you can live in the U.S. No issues at all. You're from France. Nice to meet you. Correct. He is married to a Filipino woman, which is crazy, because this agent who shot that woman, he himself is married to an immigrant, which is crazy. It's been more than 1 year for my kids, and they're under 21, 21G administrative. The case is still showing refuse. So anybody who is in admin processing, you have to sue the government. You have to file a mandamus. It's the only way we can release a case from this kind of adjudication, which is what we do right now. Let's see, Instagram, right there. Jody from Instagram, send me a DM, please. You can send me a DM on Instagram. I will answer. Let's see here. Can you advise on how to answer, for example, in this video? I can't see the video, so you just have to ask me the question. Thanks, Malam. Appreciate it. Hi, Monica. Monica, thanks, Monica. Appreciate you as well. I reapplied for my LPT and got denied after 60 days. What will be my option to stay in the US? You can change status to a tourist visa. That's what I would do for the LPT. Can I apply for national interest waiver with no citations? Absolutely. Remember, guys, you don't need citations for ICE national interest waiver. You have to show impact. A lot of people are applying for green cards on their own. If you have DACA, if you're a graduate, EB1As and NAWs are super popular right now. And I'm going to make a separate video live about this. But self-petition live, petitions like EB1s are very popular. So don't sleep on that. I see builders. I have DACA, 245I. I'm married to 3 kids. So you're good. I see builders. If you have DACA and you're married with 3 kids, I can help you without leaving the country. Remember, guys, Section 245I, what it does, it's an old protection, which means that you don't have to leave the country if you have an old petition that filed for you years ago, right? So Annie Gutierrez, if I apply for my OPT, just send me a DM. It's a very specific question. When my spouse gets a visa through marriage, can you speak to, do we have to live in the US full time? No, you don't have to. You can go back and forth. You don't have to be here full time. My mom last week passed her U.S. citizenship exam, Zoila, but the USCIS officer said he couldn't do anything because she had a case that was admin close. It means that they need to unify the file, Zolia, because she has already an older file. They can't approve her because she has an older file. That's what's happening here. All right, great questions. And again, once again, any of you watching this on Instagram, if I don't answer your question, just send me a DM. We are checking this 24/7. All right. Judy, do you help clients in all 50 states? I do. And the number to reach me is right here on the screen: Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And for you guys on TikTok, you can use the form that I just put here on the screen. Use the form to get in touch with me from the live, or use the phone number in my bio to do this from the live. The key is to send me the text from the live, because if you're on the live, we get the messages and we can get you up on the schedule as soon as possible. So send me a text, use the number in my bio, use the form, or send me a text here. All right, let's get Jess here.
Hello.
Hi, Jess. I don't see your face. Maybe you
Hi.
can put your phone
I
close
know
to you.
I didn't want to do it, but okay. Hello. So my husband, he's from Australia. We've been
Okay.
married for 11 years. We're basically just, he's looking to naturalize. He's a legal permanent resident. And our concern lay with, because we're mainly doing things on our own, we can't really
Okay.
afford a lawyer, is things like social media, like how much they're leaning towards that. My husband like never posts anything. He mainly only talks about sports, but I have been vocal. I've pretty much gone through my posts and stuff, but his family are very vocal, and we're all kind of in a group chat. And so we're kind of curious, like how that process works as far as like social media.
What
And
they're looking for, if you're trying to apply for citizenship, they're looking for two things. First of all, they're looking for his good moral character. Does he have so many speeding tickets in a year that makes him reckless? If he's using social media, what they're going for his personal social media. They're not going for family members, right? So they're gonna start with Facebook. It seems like Facebook is the number one social media that they're starting with. Then they're going to Instagram, and then they're going to TikTok, right? And they're looking at what is this person posting, what is this person commenting about, and what is this person sending messages, using Messenger, right? They're also checking WhatsApp. So that's really what they're going to be looking for. If he's not pro crazy, something crazy, then he should be fine. And whatever you say online, they don't care about it.
I wasn't sure because I had been reading things about how they are starting to look at spouses too, and I can't keep my mouth shut sometimes. So I wasn't sure.
I haven't seen cases where spouses were, joined in the thing, unless the spouse was convicted of some political. So, for example, let's say, God forbid, somebody is charged with shooting, and obviously, this U.S. citizen spouse is involved in a mass shooting or something like that. Then obviously the foreign spouse will be implicated as well. But that's not the case with you. So just because you're vocal is not, shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering. I appreciate it.
And if you need help, at least review his case, feel free to reach out to us. It's not that expensive. Thank you. Remember, guys, even if you cannot afford an attorney, you can use an attorney for unbundled services like a review. You can have your attorney review the forms. So use the number on the screen. And also TikTok, I have a lot of requests here from people on TikTok to get their cases just reviewed, or get just a consultation to see if the attorney that you're working with is doing a good job. So use the form. Right now, there's a form at the bottom of the screen, or use the phone number in the bio to get in touch with me right now. Okay, let's see. We've got for Islamabad from last week, Visa is not showing any updates for F3 category. You're gonna start seeing updates again in a couple of weeks. Their website system is not working. If I apply for OPT and got denied after my 60 days, you'll be able to switch to a tourist visa or student visa. Can I apply for my adjustment of status when expired I-94 obtained through MPIP? Correct. You can. As long as you have proof of legal admission, you can apply for adjustment at any time. Most of the cases don't get approved under adjustment of status. No, they get approved. I'm just saying that in some places, people get detained. It's not a problem. Can an employer sponsor I-589? Yes. All right, let's get another person here. Alvaro, where are you? All right, please request to join the live. I'll get as many people as I can. And if you want to join on YouTube, the link is right here. Use the link on the screen. Let's see here. I'm trying to get you guys in the order that I see you. So I'll do my best to get as many of you as I can. Can you hear me? Hello? Well, I mean, if you don't answer, I won't be able to get you on. Let's see here. All right. What a crazy week, right, guys? We have all these ICE raids and crazy things happening. So if you're joining us here, we're talking about how to stay safe from ICE, all the immigration updates, and all the good things to expect in this week. Who do we have here?
I'm Jacob.
What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Lali. I'm joining you from Seattle, Washington.
Okay. All right.
I was granted asylum on March 2025
Okay.
from immigration court, and here dependents, my wife and daughter, with me, and they're in different immigration proceedings.
Okay.
I filed I-730 for them as my dependents
Okay.
like 2 weeks ago. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to be granted because currently ICE is being problem with people with immigration court proceedings. So we're a little bit scared. I haven't got my receipt notice from USCIS yet, but I'm not sure how long it's going to take.
I mean, it's hard to say. It depends on under jurisdiction. I don't have cases in Seattle, but I would imagine it will take a while. Because they're slow everywhere. But as long as you file them on time, you should be okay. When did you you file them as soon as you were eligible, right?
No. I was granted on March 2025. And
Okay.
filed the I-730 on December, like almost 2 weeks ago. By the end of December.
Fine. So it wasn't too bad. You're still kind of within a reasonable time. So I hope that you get it sooner than later, but it is definitely taking time right now. Just so you know. What I would do if I were you, I would do a regular follow-up with your CIS just to make sure your case is still moving. Okay.
In case if I have a problem with them, can I show that notice of receipt from USCIS?
No, for sure. That notice is helpful for you. But always make sure you have it with you and make the inquiries on a regular basis. Okay.
Shit.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, guys. Let's see. We have how long does it take to process 751s with the UCIS? It depends. Right now, it's taking about 30-something months. But if you apply for your citizenship also at the same time, when you're eligible, you can expedite your 751. Do you guys handle E2 visas? This is a question from Lisa. Yeah, we do E2 visas. A lot of investors are moving to the United States, and I'll make a video about the best the best states to file those E2 visas, but it is, typically beginning of the year, a lot of people that are applying for these E2 visas are getting approved fast because the United States wants to show that we are bringing business here. So, it's something to consider. But yeah, we do e-visas as well. So if you guys are thinking about it, please reach out to me. Again, you're watching this on TikTok, use the number in my bio or use the form that I just pinned at the bottom of the screen is the best way to reach me while we're on the live. The best people get the consultations who are watching the live and reach out to me from the live. Maxi, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't think your voice is muted. Maxi once, Maxi twice. We'll get EM. We'll get Maxi later. EM,
Hey, hi there. Good evening. How you doing?
good evening. What is your name and where are you from?
My name is Manzur, and I'm from Canada and Syria.
Okay.
Dual citizen.
Perfect.
Um,
What is your question?
So I became a permanent resident of the United States in January 2025 through the diversity visa because I'm
Okay.
born in Syria. It's my second citizenship, but I'm also a citizen of Canada. When
Mhm.
I got my immigrant visa, I told the consulate that I'm still finishing up university in Canada and I still need about 2 more years.
Okay.
Same thing with CBP upon my first few months interacting with them. I understand that because I'm a permanent resident, I have an obligation to demonstrate residency in the United States. I applied for a re-entry permit this December. I got a receipt notice, and when I got the receipt notice, I left immediately back to Canada. I'm going back for biometrics if they don't end up waiving them. I'll be carrying my ties to the US bank accounts, taxes, a lease, and I usually in the US every 2 weeks, but I just want to ask you, what should I do to protect my green card other than what I already did?
Um, so what did you do so far to protect it?
Apply for a reentry permit is one, and I have bank account statements that I print every single month. I'll be filing my very first U.S. tax return as a U.S. resident.
Okay.
Um, and I'm usually in the States every 2 weeks. I'm never away for longer than a few weeks. I live close to the border, about an hour and a half drive away. But I'm not sure what else to do, unfortunately, because I still have university in Canada for about 18 months.
So I
And
think I think the most important thing that you can do is prove to them what are you going to do after you graduate, right? Because in your case, obviously you're a
right,
student, right? So there's a good reason why you are doing this.
right.
You can show, listen, I'm going to graduate and I have this job offer potential, or I have this idea to apply for a job in this city. If you
Hmm.
can show them the intent to return after what you're doing right now, because a lot of students who do that, they are okay. The problem is with people that are not students. Let's say you have, I don't know, some kind of an investment project overseas, or you're deciding that you like to live somewhere else, right?
Yep.
And so they don't care about that. They're like, well, that's not our problem. But if you have a good reason, studying, uh, companies send you for work, very urgent medical reasons. Those are the best ways to reasons to leave and come back. So I think as long as you can document the reason why you're gonna come back, you should be fine.
Right. And I'm actually even considering doing an internship in the States in the summer as part of my studies. I'm actually
That's
already
cool.
applying for jobs, but
So that could be even a better. You can say this is the internship, and eventually it will lead to a job, and I'm gonna
exactly.
be back to do this job. So I think, yeah, as long as you do that, you're fine.
Here's the other pickle though, because yes, I applied for a reentry permit, and I know that these things are taking a while now. I think 14 to 16 months is the average, but I'm born in Syria, and Syria is one of the 39 countries, which means my reentry permit application is actually on hold because of the USCIS pause. So, do you think this pause might be deemed illegal at some point? Because if it stays, that reentry permit would never be adjudicated. So, I'll be sitting duck if that makes sense.
I don't think so. Like I said, you they put you in a classification as a student,
Hmm.
somebody who's coming back, and so I think that it shouldn't be an issue.
All right, I appreciate it. That's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to have your input, see if I'm doing anything wrong, see if there's anything further that I could do.
No, no,
It's a
you
once in
you
a
you're
time.
lucky that you're a student. You know what I mean? That's the key here that I see.
I really appreciate it. Honestly, I
Yeah,
can't wait to get to be done with this BS. I just want to settle and be done with CBP for life. It's been a
yeah,
pain.
you will
I really
be.
appreciate your help. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You do. Yeah, I mean, a lot of green card holders are having these issues and worried about this, and that's why I'm making those videos, and that's why we are, having the lives to support the green card holders. But if you have a good reason, if you can show them that you're coming back to the United States, then they're going to leave you alone. But they're really going to be harassing people that they don't feel that they're coming back. And like I said, we have, I have this case right now. Um, this guy, he went through like a mental, breakdown, and he left. He's a green card holder. Thanks, Raja. He went to Bali for almost a year just to clear his head. And so when he came back to United States, they put him in detention. They took away his green card. They were forcing him to sign, "Hey, you abandoned your green card. You're not doing anything, and you're just taking advantage of the United States." And it was hard. I mean, the guy's already suffering from mental issues, and now he's to deal with CBP that are tackling him at the border. So, I felt it was a little bit extreme, what they've done, and it's one of those things that we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think that those things are not going to get easier moving forward. You know what I mean? So just be mindful of that. Do we know why it's taking forever for DACA renewals? It's taking forever for DACA renewals because there's less officers to review those cases. There's severe backlogs in most jurisdictions, and that's the reason. How long does it take to process N400? It's about 7 months. Applying for citizenship is the best thing you can do for yourselves, guys. If you qualify for citizenship, you need to apply because it is the fastest for now. All right, let's get here. I'll go back to YouTube in a second, but we've got a bunch of people waiting on TikTok as well, so we got to give people the opportunity to be in here. So welcome, guys. If you are joining us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, welcome. Post your questions. I'll get to all of you. We're talking about the craziness from ICE, what to do to deal with the changing climate here, and how to protect yourself as immigrants. Because it's crazy out there, right? Let's see here. Talia, you're not responding. I'm gonna give one more person here. There we go. We got a lot of people from New York here today. Priya, what is
Yeah, hi. Can
where
you hear me?
I can hear you. Where are you from and where are
I'm
you?
from New York.
Also New
See,
York. Oh my God, there's so many people from New York today. Tell me.
yeah, I just spoke to you earlier regarding my case. So
Okay.
as I said, like I did apply my VAWA 1360. I
Okay.
did got approval last year in August, but then I also had my pending I-1 751,
Okay.
and I also applied for naturalization. So I passed my naturalization test, but they
Okay.
did not give me the results because they said that you're pending I-1 750.
Exactly.
test.
Exactly. So right now, because they're investigating your 751, you put yourself in a position where until they resolve the 751, they're not going to release your N400.
Yeah, but I did have. So my question was like, as my I-360 was approved, will they use that waiver to approve I-751?
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Okay, so like, there will be still interview, or like it's 50-50? I might get interview, or they might approve based on the waiver.
So you're saying, are they going to approve your N400 outside of the 751 waiver?
Yeah.
No. They're not going to approve your N400 until the 751 is approved.
Yeah, so like to approve my 751, they will use I-360 waiver form, right? They will or they will not?
What is it?
As I have approved I-360 VAWA, so that waiver will they use to approve my I-751?
So they will basically look at your waiver results, right? So they'll look at the evidence you gave them, recommend approval. That will release your F400 as well.
Okay, because when I applied I-360 first, and after a month, I applied for 751, but I've submitted the same documents. So hopefully, and as I said, like my I-1751 status was like, your case is ready to be scheduled for an interview. So it was like 10 months before. But till now, I haven't got any update on that yet.
Well, the reason you haven't gotten an update is because they're checking your 751. I mean, I'm looking at the comments here. I've got at least 3 people that are going through 751 delays like that. That's why I think it's important to talk about it. But they're going to clear your 751 first, and then they're going to release it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because as I haven't got any update like saying that, when they update the status where it says that your case is ready to be scheduled, so it doesn't show any, I mean, like I raised few tickets, and after that, even my visa, like, the extension was expired. So I took my extension twice, but I'm still waiting for it. So it's usually it does take time if you have that status.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, the reason why it's taking time for you is because they're checking your case. It's simple. You know what I mean? They're just checking your case. So
will that affect if I have my extension, like my stamp or passport
no,
with me?
not
if
at
I'm
all.
traveling?
It doesn't impact anything. You can travel, you can do whatever. They're just investigating the case.
So if sometimes, because I know it's going so crazy here with ICE and stuff. So
Yeah, but you shouldn't worry about ICE.
okay.
You know what I mean?
So like that's what my thing was.
Yeah,
So much.
but don't worry about it. You'll be fine. And like I said, if you get delayed after a while, reach out back to me. All right, thank you, sir. No matter. All right, let's see. We have Maxi next, then John. Let's see here. I hope you're well. Can a daughter-in-law file for her mother-in-law? No, it has to be immediate, unfortunately. What is the probability that will really ban dual citizenship? What should I do first as a new US citizen? It's not going to happen. They're not going to ban what he means. But what you mean by dual citizenship is people are worried that they will have to give up their passport, and it's not going to happen. So this requires congressional approval. So if you already have U.S. citizenship and you already are a dual citizen, you will always be a dual citizen. Don't worry about it. Anyway, once again, thanks guys being here on TikTok. Keep tapping the screen. Please share the live, and appreciate it. Share the live, and you can do it at the bottom of the screen here. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can use the link in the bio below here or the phone number right there. I'll send you the number here, right there. Use that number. All right, let's see. Maxi, can you hear me?
Good evening, Jacob. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. Where are you from? And what is your question?
Guyana. Yes. So I had briefly posted my question in the chat during one of your previous lives, and my situation was that I had switched from a cap exempt employer to a cap employer in January. And I started working with the employer from January into March. So for over 2 months. Um, and in March, I was told by my employer that the visa was revoked and I was unable to continue working due to the change of visa. So I met with the legal team of the employer, and they stated that they had dropped the ball
Okay.
my documents were mistakenly filed and sent off to USCIS.
Why was it mistakenly filed? What did they do exactly?
because I had switched from a cap exempt to a cap employer and
Oh,
USCIS.
I see.
Yes, so it led to a revocation of my visa.
Wow.
So
And so
I
what is
saw,
your status right now?
so I'm on a tourist visa, and my attorney, they're saying that I would need to file an extension because I had the tourist visa, the B2 was approved, but USCIS only gave me a 1 day approval notice.
Okay. So they gave you a one appro. I see what you mean. But but they could have done something else. They could have given you enough time to figure out the situation, right? If they filed it
Well,
all.
so I filed, I would say in June, the beginning of June, and they gave me an official approval in November. So the approval was for 1 day, and it was from November 21st to November 22nd.
Yeah, but that's because of their mistake, right?
The the legal team, yes.
Okay. Sometimes there are cases where you can argue counsel mistake. So maybe the lawyer made a mistake. There's a way to refile an application to request for you to go back in status because of a mistake of an attorney, as long as they agree to admit to it.
So
So
I I believe that my attorney, they did that. And because I received a 1 day approval notice, they were saying that it would be best to file an appeal.
yeah,
Um,
like a
I,
motion to reopen, right? Based
um,
on mistake of counsel.
mhm.
Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah, they were telling me it would have been best to file an appeal, but the deadline for the appeal has passed,
Correct.
because I wasn't sure if it would have made sense to file the appeal because I wasn't sure if they would have
No, because the appeal only has 30 days.
retaliated because I'm filing an appeal for.
Yeah. The appeal only has 30 days. And so if you meet the deadline, if you miss the deadline, then it's not going to work.
So what should I do at this
So
point?
so what I would do is maybe a refiling, not an appeal. So you can refile the same application, but this
Mm,
time using the mistake of the attorney, and the government might be able to excuse that, right?
okay, because I think my attorney had stated that in the application.
He
They
did?
they made a statement. Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, because it's a very specific case, I don't want to give you advice online without looking at the file. So maybe you can send me a message. Use the form at the bottom of the screen
Okay.
to get in touch with me, or the number in my bio, and just mention that you are the person with the cap exempt, and I'll remember you. I'll help.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Jacob.
All right. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Like I said, right now, any mistake that you make in your any application could be a devastating for your case, whether it's an H-1B or a green card or marriage case. So it's really important for you guys to try to do it right, because it's just very hard. It's just hard to fix the mistakes. Let's see, had a marriage interview on the 4th of September and haven't heard anything. It's been 120 days. Potentially could qualify for mandamus. It's taking too long, and it shouldn't be taking that long. Um, let's see here. Can you tell us what's going on with IR1 interview consulate bar? So many people asking me about consulates, and okay, if I ever stay my visa and get married to an American citizen, will that automatically make ICE hold me or detain me? So remember, not every overstay is going to put you on hold. It depends on where you live. Currently in San Diego, they're detaining, and other cities they are detaining, but in LA they're not detaining. So think and check with your attorneys where the people are getting detained before you file any application. All right, let's get Let's see here. Got a lot of people waiting on TikTok. Make sure you tap the screen, guys, so people can see it and share the live, please. And follow my account if you're watching this. The same on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Please follow my account, subscribe, so you don't miss any of our lives every week. Let's see here. It doesn't look like it worked. Um, all right. Can you hear me? It is crazy. People are not able to connect.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Where are you calling from? What is your name?
My name is Smela. Actually, I'm talking from New York. I
Okay.
am here on student visa, and I applied for my husband and my daughter 3 times for
Okay.
F2 visa. Actually, my daughter is 2.5-year-old, so it's very like disturbing for me to apply her again and again, but I didn't find any approval.
Okay.
So my graduation is in May 2026. I applied again for them, but unfortunately, on 8th of January they again refused. So what I have to now?
It was hard for me to hear you. What were you applying for?
Actually, my husband and my daughter is in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, I see.
My yeah. So
You applied for your citizen. You're the citizen, and you applied for them, right?
No, I am here on student visa. F1 visa.
Okay. Oh, so I see. You're trying to bring them here, right?
Yeah. And I applied for them for F2 visa
Okay.
twice. Like they refused it, but now I applied for the purpose of to attend my graduation ceremony. Now the last interview was on 8th of January, but that was unfortunately again refused.
Well, you have to realize there are some countries that it's very difficult to get those dependent visas, tourist visas, dependent visas. It's very difficult to get it. So unfortunately, they probably won't be able to come for your graduation. And you know, your plan is to stay here and apply for a green card eventually, or no? Yeah. So I think once you apply for the green card, then you'll be able to get them in. That will be easier. Or even when you get a work visa, it'll be easier for you to get them over here. On a student visa, they just don't do it because they think that once they come here, they're just gonna stay here.
If I apply alone for my daughter,
No,
is it possible?
they won't give it to her. I'm telling you. I mean, you can try. Like I said, I think people should try to apply for visas, but they probably won't give it to her.
Oh my God. So the current situation of H1B, I am afraid about H1B also.
Well, the H1B, the chances of them giving the H1B is higher, and the reason why, because H1B applicants, they work in the U.S. It's a long-term visa, and your family should be here with you. For the student visa, it's a short-term visa. They don't believe that you need to have your spouse here when you study. You know what I mean? That's just how they think. So I think once you apply for the work visa, you'll have better chance to get your family here.
And what about OPT? Like after my graduation, I will.
I don't think the OPT is not gonna. It's the same thing. The OPT is considered to be a student visa, so I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
So I have to only wait, or I have to try it.
What is it?
I have to try it again and again, or I have to wait until the work visa.
You have to. I mean, I wouldn't try it again. You're just hurting your chances. Okay.
Okay. If more refusals are there, is there any like effect on approval rate or no?
It's
Like there are 3 refusals.
I think it will impact if you apply in the same category. Okay.
Okay. And if I apply for visit visa for my husband?
If you apply for a separate visa for him, it's going to be also hard because they know that you're here.
Okay. Not for visit visa also?
What is it?
If I apply for visit visa to attend my graduation ceremony, it will.
I'm telling you, they're not getting any non-immigrant visa, unfortunately. Right? I mean, again, that's my opinion. I'm not the consular officer. I'm just telling you what I've seen happen. So you don't want to put too much risk on what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure you say, you know what? I'll wait for now. And when I apply for the work visa, I can bring my family here. Because now on the record, they're going to see 6, 7 times trying to get a student visa denied. You know what I mean? So it's right now people have to balance what they do to try to be able to bring their family here because the system is messed up, right? So maybe 2 years ago it would have worked, but right now I wouldn't fight them on this.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. What do you think about N400's processing times in 2026? I mean, I mentioned to you guys, N400 processing times will continue to stay the same, 6 to 8 months. It's not going to change. They're not against people applying for citizenship, right? All right, guys, let's see. My N400 citizenship was canceled, Haitian. Do we have to pay again? I'm also, my green card expires. So first of all, when they cancel your citizenship interview, it doesn't mean you have to pay again. It means that they will reschedule it, okay? And the reason why is because you're from one of these countries that they're doing the vetting. You don't have to pay again, and don't let your green card expire. Just get it renewed. All right, guys, that means we are at the hour. At the hour. Perfect. Amy, what is your question? I don't see. I hear this. What's the scenario for some to obtain a tourist visa if you're married to a citizen but live in a third country? It's going to be very difficult. Like I mentioned to the lady before, you can't get a tourist visa if you have a marriage-based green card. All right, guys, let's see. We got John here.
Hi, Jacob.
Hi, John. How are you? Where are you from? And what is your question?
I'm doing well, thanks, Jacob. I'm from LA right now, and my questions are about VAWA.
Okay.
I've been experiencing some emotional abuse from my U.S. citizen life, and I wanted to ask, is it better to divorce first, or is it better to file VAWA first and then divorce?
So the way VAWA works is that you don't have to be divorced to file VAWA, right? So you can file VAWA as long as you're not divorced 2 years, you're eligible for VAWA. So the divorce doesn't matter at this point. You can do it later on when you're ready. So if you feel that you're going through the emotional abuse, physical abuse, whatever the abuse is, we can file the VAWA. That will put you at your own separate legal process, right? So you're going to be doing the green card by yourself, and then you can take care of the divorce as needed. You know what I mean? So, but the divorce doesn't matter at this point.
I see.
Are you still in the same household?
No, we separated.
Okay. So if you're separated, then I would file for the VAWA sooner than later, and then figure out the divorce afterwards.
I see. Doesn't matter who files the divorce?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
In most places, it's a no fault, which means doesn't matter who files.
Okay. Will the VAWA application stop my overstaying clock? Because I've almost overstay for a year.
It's not going to stop it, but it's going to put you in what is called a prima facie status, which means you are somehow protected. ICE, they don't care so much, but if you do get detained, there's a way to get you out on bond and tell the court that you're going to go through the VAWA so they won't detain you. So it does help you, absolutely. Better than where you are now, let's put it this way.
I see. And I watched a video of yours recently. You were at a green card interview with a J1 overstay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that your client was not overstaying because she didn't have NTA or a court order.
No,
Does
that's not
that-
the reason. The reason, what I mentioned that video, just for people to realize, we had a client that I went to the interview and I thought she was going to get detained, but she wasn't. And the reason is because when you come on a J1, you come as a duration of stay. And you never overstay until somebody determines that you overstayed. That's what happened with her. How did you enter? What was your visa?
I entered as an F1 student.
So you have the same thing. You came on an F1, you have duration of status. You never overstay until they say you do. You see what I'm saying?
So I'm not overstaying right now, even
You're
though
you're not technically overstay. So if they detain you and they say, oh yeah, you've not been a student for years, we can argue the DS argument like I did with the other girl case, and they should accept it. But I still think you should file the VAWA to have a double protection.
Okay. My last question is, if VAWA is denied a few years later, can I file something else, for example, like asylum?
Absolutely. Well, asylum, there's a time limit, but if you can explain that there are circumstances why you couldn't file it, then yes, you could.
Okay. That's all my questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so John, just send me a text. The number is on the screen. I'll be more than happy to help you with your VAWA.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, let's see here. There are no petitions filed to do the spouse desire lived in the U.S. The spouse has exclusive business. The spouse is fourth generation in the business. You want to explain the question more? Filed for adjustment of status concurrently since May 2024 and had an interview in March with my spouse. Had a home visit in June 3rd. No update. So remember, guys, when you file for a green card and you have a home visit, which they do a lot right now, USCIS are coming to homes and they're checking people, that will shoot your case another year. And the reason why is because they are investigating your case. That's the reason why you're not going to hear from them for a while. Let's see who's here. Can you hear me?
Hey, Jacob, can you hear me?
Yeah. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ali. I'm calling from New York.
Okay.
So my I-751 got recently denied. Not so recently, like last year in 2024, it got denied. I filed initially back in September 2021, and in September 2024, it got denied without an interview, without NOID, nothing. They sent me an RFE at some point, and I did respond to that. But whatever they mentioned in that RFE, I didn't have all those documents. So moving forward, when it got denied in September 2024, I hired another counsel who filed for motion to reopen within 30 days. In May 2025, my I-751 was reopened, so which is currently pending. But in the December 2024, when he filed motion to reopen, after that he filed another I-751. So currently I have two I-751s pending. My question to you is this the right approach that I am going through right now? I know the counsel which I am working with right now, he's telling me, yeah, everything is good, we're doing good. Of course, like I'm paying for him, so I'm seeing maybe he's just saying because of.
I think I have a problem with the two 751s because remember, when you open two 751s, you have to get both cases adjudicated.
Mhm.
And remember that the current wait time for 751 is 30 plus months.
Mhm.
So we have to understand what is the strategy here. What is the reason that he did both?
Yeah, he told me if motion to reopen didn't get approved, we have backup for I-751. but the motion to reopen got approved, and they both are in processing. Now he's saying if motion to reopen the one which was initially denied, if they process that first, which hopefully they will process that first, then we will get it approved. Then we'll tell them, we'll write them that we're gonna withdraw the second I-751. So that's the explanation
I mean,
he's
and
giving.
again, maybe that's his strategy. I mean, like I said, everybody has a different, way of seeing it. It's just like whatever way you choose, it's very important to have a good explanation to USCIS. Eventually, they will be questioning this. Like, why did you guys do this? Why did you guys do this? As long as you have a good explanation,
Mm-hmm.
then that's fine. Like I said, there's nothing illegal about filing the two 751s. I'm just telling you that the more of these cases that you have in the system, the longer it will take to adjudicate your file.
He's pushing me to file for N-400 since I've been a conditional.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. No, because N400 you want to file when you have a simple 751. If you have a complicated situation like yours, and you're going to add the N400 to the mess, then you're putting yourself in a very delicate situation, which I wouldn't do if I were you. Get that 751 resolved, and then file the N400. If you file the N400, you're opening another investigation line, and I wouldn't do it at this point if I were you.
And last question: if I may have emergency travel coming up in coming few weeks, would you recommend traveling?
I mean, like I said, you can travel. You have no criminal record. You have a pending
No.
751. You have the right to travel. I don't think you have a problem to travel.
Yeah, I don't have no criminal record. Nothing.
You explain to them that you have a case pending. You should be fine.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. Ems, I'll get you in a minute. Let me get, we've got a bunch of people here on TikTok. If a person entered on a C1D visa, do you need a waiver for the visa? Correct. Yeah, you have to have a waiver because C1D is like it's like you entered without inspection. My friend filed for VAWA. This is from Dow. Now her husband wants to apply for the I-130. I mean, it's a risky thing. Imagine if you're applying for, and I've seen there's actually a few people that commented here earlier, like you're applying for case saying that your husband abused you, right? And then 6 months later, he's offering to file a green card as if all is well. What do you think immigration is going to do, right? It's going to look suspicious. So I would be careful to play this game, right? My husband had one varying fact about our proposal. The rest consistent. Will that be flagged? So in a marriage interview, and we've seen these questions happen a lot. You go to the marriage interview, they separate you, and a few of the facts are not aligned. So I went to a recent interview. You guys have one inconsistency about the proposal. I was at an interview, and we had about 7 of them. The guy didn't remember the date of marriage. What was the restaurant they went for the party? He didn't remember the name of her sister, even the date of birth of his wife. It was a mess. So what happened is that we received a notice of intent to deny after a few months, and then I responded to the notice, and I said, "Listen, yes, there were inconsistencies, but we have a lot of other evidence from the last 5 years that these guys they traveled together." They have a dog together. They bought a car together. So there's a lot of things that are, it's like it's like a balance, right? So yes, the interview didn't go well, but they have a lot of things to justify that they're together. And I responded to the notice, and the case was approved after 6 months, right? So it's not the end of the world. If you have one inconsistency, it's just like try to know things about your spouses when you go to the interview, because it's embarrassing for you and to your attorney if you have an attorney. Let's see here. Let's take another person here on TikTok, and then we'll get our YouTube people who are waiting on YouTube. Let's see. Can you hear me? Z? Z, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi.
So I'm in a situation where I've been working at a job at a university, which is obviously like non-cap.
Okay.
For 2 years, they applied for my visa.
So you have an H-1B, non cap exempt with this university, right?
No cap. Yeah.
Okay.
Like cap is exempt.
Cap is exempt. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I have been working here for 2 years, so my H-1B status was ending in December.
Okay.
And I was gonna talk to them to reapply, but they dissolved my position on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
So do
they.
you have a termination notice already or not yet?
I do.
Oh, wow. Okay. How many days they gave you for severance? 2 weeks?
Severance, they didn't. I don't think they gave me any severance.
So what is your, like, how many days do you have from the date they terminate you?
To do like to find another job.
Well, I mean, just like, did they tell you it's immediate termination, or some people give 2 weeks? What
Yeah,
did
it's immediate. I went in at 9 a.m. and they told me to leave that day.
I see. So what are you gonna do?
I'm applying for jobs right now. It's been I
Yeah.
believe I got 60
Yeah, because you have 60 days to try to find a new
Yeah.
job, or you can do you can switch to a student, right? If you don't, before the 60 days, if you don't find.
Yeah. So if I switch to student and then I want to go somewhere, are they gonna be like, oh, are you going? Because I had a relative who kept going on student visa, and then he was working at a church. He kept going.
No,
on
you
student
you can
visa.
go on a student visa. There's no problem. I mean, as long as you don't abuse it, like for the next year or so, it's fine. But you need to have some kind of a bridge to stay legal, because if you don't want to overstay your status right
60
now.
days.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So also I'm worried about the fact, because I have seen a few videos where people switch, like you just had a call with somebody and they were saying that they went from non-cap to cap,
Mhm.
and now their visa
Yeah.
is revoked. So within those 60 days, what should be my plan? Like, do I need to
So you have
enroll
two options. You get enrolled in school, right? You
right
find,
away?
and then right away. But I mean, I would say within a month, just so you have a backup if you don't find a job. Number two, to find another cap exempt company, right? Number three, you're gonna apply for the O1 visa, right? So O1 visas become very popular right now, and more people can use them right now.
Mm.
What's your job?
My job was, so I've done masters in public health, and you know that the funding with the government is not that great right now. And I was doing or working as a director for international student engagement.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Somehow we managed to, because it's public health is basically taking care of mental health and supporting.
I think that O1 could work for you if you find the right job, to be honest with you.
What is O1?
O1 is like a visa for extra talented people, but they don't have to be amazing, exceptional. It's mostly for people that have at least some experience in their field.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot of O1s right now for a lot of F1 students who cannot get an H1. So just think about it. Have it in you as a backup in case you don't find another H1 and you want to work.
Yeah.
I would consider the O1. Just send me a text. Go ahead.
Do I need like extraordinary like papers that I have been published?
No. There are 10 criteria. You don't need to necessarily have papers.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So O1.
Yeah.
And how long is the O1 like wait time? Like how long for an approval? Can you apply for a green card with it?
So absolutely, you can apply for the EB1 afterwards. It takes about a month to prepare it, but maybe sooner because of your deadline. You can use premium processing. So it's a great option if you want to continue working and you find the right employer to continue supporting you, to be honest with you.
Okay, so the O1 I can only apply if I find an employer.
Or you can do self-employed O1. There's also self-employed. Absolutely.
Self-employed. I don't think I don't have anything.
No, what I'm saying, if you want to stay in the country and you want to be in a working position, O1 could be adjusted to self-employed or working. But
So like if I find a job that doesn't sponsor, but I find the job, I can just apply.
Absolutely, you can be exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what we can do is send me a text. Let's set up a call so I can strategize this for you, so you'll be ready in the next week to go on the job hunt and have all the options.
Okay. Where do I text?
The number is in my bio, or use the form that is linked at the bottom of my screen. One or the other. But the number in my bio, just use it, text me, and the team will jump on it right away. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck. The job search is hard for a lot of people, and I know that people are but there's some things we can do. All right, guys, let's get our last YouTube person for the day. What's your name?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so good evening. I got a question. So, like, what's the case to get a tourist visa? Like, if the spouse doesn't want to go and settle in the U.S., the spouse already
Okay,
has.
so you want to get a tourist visa for your spouse who is going through the process of getting a green card, right?
No, there's no process. We have never filed
We haven't
anything.
filed. Okay. If you haven't filed, she has a better chance. So she just goes to the embassy and she presents the documents and shows that she has enough money to travel. She will go back to your home country and she should be able to get it. I hopefully.
So I have a question. Like, if the spouse makes on average like minimum of the U.S. income in his or her
It
home
doesn't matter.
country.
It doesn't matter. The income that they're looking for is the income of the country. They're not comparing it to the US. So if she's making good income, decent income in her country, she should be able to qualify.
Oh, that makes pretty much sense.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too. All right, guys. This will end our YouTube stream. It's over an hour. We usually keep it for an hour, but we're still here on TikTok. So if you want to keep watching the live, we're still on TikTok. Thanks for being here, guys, on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. This is recorded and stays on our page, so you can go back tomorrow and watch it on YouTube. We'll be back here next Monday at 5 p.m. Bring your questions, bring your problems. We'll get them solved ASAP. Thanks, guys. All right. I'll see you next Monday. And of course, there might be a spontaneous live during the week if something crazy happens. Stay safe, guys. And stay strong with ICE. Know your rights, as always.